Hello everyone, it's Sloth here with the deck that is really hot right now throughout the YouTube and so on and some tournaments. So basically we have the Bombardment, Arcane Bombardment, and this is the card that costs 6 mana, and every single turn when you cast instant you randomly exile something from your graveyard and it's free. But the better part is that after you do it, every next card that you exile is cast on top of the previous one, so you can chain a lot of value every single turn. You can cast also one spell during your turn and one spell during enemy turn, so basically you can get a lot of value. The issues with the card, it's 6 mana enchantment that doesn't do anything. Second part, in order to get the maximum value, you need to keep it for a few turns and have instants and also hit good cards. So it is very random. This card really has a potential, but definitely can lose you the game if you hit it wrong. So pretty interesting one. That's I know, great introduction, but to be honest, like, this will be a small spoiler part. So if you don't want to have any spoilers before the game, I will just tell you this part, and later you can go into the games and come back later. So the important part for anyone in a non-spoiled version, I've changed the deck quite a lot, like a little of times, whatever, and the original version was this land destruction deck. So like it had 4 wildfires, so for anyone that doesn't... Wildfire. I hope that's the name. That was the original at least. Cleansing Wildfire, right. So it destroys land, draws a card, and enemy can put a basic into the game. So basically it's anti-3-color deck, but like I've tried this version. Also we play 4 Field of Ruins, and I don't know why, but I never freaking destroyed lands for the enemy. Like, yeah, of course you just do it and then he takes out the basic and you are 2 mana behind, and it didn't feel great. So basically I didn't like this version of the deck. It might be working somewhere. It definitely did not work for me, but I've left the games and you can see for yourself and make your own opinion, so that's why the games are there. And that was the different build for the deck. This one, I believe, is a bit better. But yeah, that's for everything for the non-spoiled part. So if you want to see the games and how it went out, just go into the gameplay. And for anyone that stayed, okay, I will tell you what I think about the deck. Maybe it should be at the end, but I just want to tell you everything right now. We will go into the build, but I think you met this deck probably. So this deck didn't really do it for me. I've tried to make it work. Have tried multiple versions, and I found that the original version was just without any value. If you don't hit a big score, you have nothing. And sometimes you don't get Arcane Bombardment, sometimes you don't get instants for Arcane Bombardment, sometimes you don't get defense, so you can survive until Arcane Bombardment. What more, it is a 6 mana spell, and you can cast it earlier, but it means that your turn 4 will be dead. And it also means you cannot burn down the house, because it's pretty much the same mana slot. So it felt really awkward, and with this version, at least, I think we are going for more control gameplay, and I really liked it more, and it had better results, but I'm not convinced to this deck. Like, it's so random. Sometimes when it goes off, it looks really great and good and amazing, but when the cards don't align, like, it feels bad. It doesn't feel great. And let me tell you, we did not go above 50% win rate altogether. With this particular build, I actually think we maintained 50%, but I didn't play a lot of games, so take it with like grain of salt. I'm not convinced. But it's a good deck to just play or watch the games. I think they were pretty fun, so you will probably enjoy those. But if you are thinking about this, like crafting this deck, I'm personally not convinced. I've seen it work for others, but Not my thing. Maybe I played wrong, or maybe it's just a bit too dicey for me. So, that being said, let's go into the deck list, because we all want to see what exactly is the deck about. So, we obviously want to have a lot of cheap spells to remove creatures, and then try to ramp into card advantage with Expressive Iteration. And then we go into the meat of the deck, so 3 drops and 4 drops. 3 drops, you find Villain's Lair. That's a good counter spell. Not only it is a counter spell that can also draw you a card if you flute or something like this, but it goes into an Arcane Bombardment. So when you cast any instant and you get this exiled, it means that every single instant for the rest of the game, once a turn, is a counter spell. So that's really good. And if enemy doesn't cast anything, you can just use draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. So it's card neutral and you get the cycling effect. So yeah, pretty powerful, especially on the Arcane Bombardment. Demon Bolt really good, especially that it helps you with 2 mana play. If you don't hit Iteration or Jwari, or you want to play Jwari as a land, like Demon Bolt is your 2 mana play, and when you have 4 damage for 1 mana, it's amazing, especially combined with Burn Down the House to hit the one big creature that somehow survived, for example for enchantments, or does Arcane Bombardment to kill one of the creatures and trigger the whole effect. One card that, let's get back still into the Seize the Spoils. I think this card is okay. I've seen versions run Unexpected Windfalls, but I think it's a bit more, maybe too heavy on the 4 drops, and I really sometimes, like when you don't need to answer anything against some kind of decks or you are on the play, for example, you can answer anything they play with Demon Board, like Valkyrie or something. So you can go main phase, Seize the Spores to accelerate stuff a bit. And it helps you ramp into Burn Down the House as well. So I think it's okay. It really goes really well with the Arcane Bombardment as well. And if you don't hit the big score, you can, you can still do stuff. And cycling is also fine. So I like the card. Prismari Command as always. Yeah, and Magma Opus is big card here. I've seen versions without this, and I get the idea. Like, this is not a perfect synergy with the deck, because you need to hit it with Arcane Bombardment, and it's quite a low chance, especially like late game when you have only 2 of them and the rest of the deck. But I have also noticed that with this deck, sometimes you cannot hit either Arcane Bombardment or your card draw or something, like you just don't have stuff to do. And I found the Magma Opus really feels those turns, and the fact that it can kill multiple creatures, tap multiple creatures and prepare them, for example, for Burn Down the House, and the fact that it creates a blocker and draws you cards, especially part of drawing cards, like it really helps you in some hard situations. And very often you sit with like 15 mana or something ridiculous like this, and you just don't really have much to do because your cards are overall quite cheap. So if you don't hit big scores and the draw part or bombardment, you just don't really do much. So that was the introduction. I wonder what you guys think. I know it wasn't the most positive introduction, but to be honest, I expected more from this deck, seeing how popular it is lately. So just tell me how you liked it. Maybe different versions works better. I assume they should, but I've tested few versions, and especially this land destruction version, like it didn't do anything. Like it seriously didn't do anything, even against 3-color decks, because they just had basics. And unless you hit like 5 in a row, and it means like what, 10 mana invested into land destruction, and like if you don't get enemy to having only non-basics in the deck, so you can actually destroy lands, you are just so behind, you just lose the game. And to be honest, I think I was more mana screwed by my own Field of Ruins than the enemy was by my land destruction. So yeah, tell me what you think, and if you had similar experience. I'm really curious. So thank you, and let's go into the games. Okay, going first with the most weird mana base ever. Let's hope enemy is 3-color. Like, we need to mana screw someone, right? That's the whole point. I think that unfortunately we might be forced to cast Jwari. Man. Like, come on. Come on. Do you want to play with fire? That's such a good card. Oh yes. The Revenge. The Revenge. It might be Golgari. It would mean that we don't get anything. But, you know, let's start working on him. And drawing a card is always nice. And that's a basic. That is indeed a basic land. Well, that is officially the most awkward game in the history of Magic. So enemy is discarding our 1 and 2 mana not relevant cards, and we are destroying enemy lands that don't matter at all. Like, what the hell are we both doing? Okay, let's play like this. So we have Jwari open. And honestly, I don't want to play with fire to scry. Scry is not a card. Especially not when you are behind in cards. So, Duress. Oh, such disrespect. Let's check more of your basics. And what better, we also get to draw our land. So I guess we should go for blue, right? Like, I'm not sure if we can get enemy into, like, mana screw situation, but we will do our best. Like, we will definitely do our best. Enemy didn't play land this turn, right? I think he didn't. I'm not sure, but I think he didn't. So, anyway, we want Jwari, right? And we are not extremely pressured, so no need to cast Burn Down the House on curve, I think. And we also don't want to kill the Ghast. Are you freaking insane? I'm not trading 2 cards for this. Like, okay, it's yours. Like, I hate you, but it's yours. If he plays land right now and he just wanted to bait, I will cry. The most awkward game ever in Magic. Yeah, that was a hard choice. I always think about this play with fire, this scry one, you know. And he did. He freaking baited it. So you do it at the end step always. Like, I don't care. You will not have a non-basic land. Even if we die to the main lands. So basically, if you want to learn how to play, we shouldn't really do it. Let's go for red. We have more red cards. And I'm not playing with fire. That's a very good draw. Let's prepare for the 4th duress, because, you know, he has 1 more of them in the deck. Oh, can we cast it? Okay, sure. Man, I nearly missed my land drop because I'm such a dummy. That's fine. Enjoy your 3 damage next turn. Like, at least enemy hand is extremely slow as well. And with big score, I think we are getting somewhere. Jwari is fine, but moment enemy knows it. I'm dead inside. Oh man. Oh man, this freaking game. The most awkward game in the history of Magic continues. You know what? I don't freaking care. We have Hall of the Storm lands next turn. So when he blitz next turn, we can just block it quite easily. So let's force, and if he blitz this turn, he gets the card, but nothing else. Yeah. Poor enemy thinks that we might have control over this game. See? Better. Much freaking better. That's actually pretty good. Okay, I'm a happy person right now. So, what it means? It means that we go on upkeep. Because we definitely don't want an enemy to get mana acceleration and all this stuff. So, we definitely do it here. Do we kill the Shambling Gust? That's a huge question. To be honest, I think we should not. We will kill it, by the way, at some point. So, I will do it like this. Damage divided for the spell you have chosen. Okay? 2 permanents. So, definitely this. And what mana? Like, he seems more black than anything. 2. Cool! We did it! We did the nice looking thing. Man, this draw was really good. Like, maybe it saves us and keeps us into the game. It might even be officially not awkward anymore. So what can he do? Nothing on upkeep. So on upkeep he cannot cast like creatures and stuff. It would mean that he has like Deadly Dispute maybe or something. And we have the thing that we want. Bombardment. So he is 3-color deck with basics. That's interesting to say the least. Do we attack? Like, I think we don't. Honestly, it might be a good decision. We have what? 10 cards. Man, like, they all scoop moment they see this card. Like, normally you see at the text that it's random, but it's not true. It takes the best card from your graveyard and enemy knows it, so he just scoops. That's how the card works now. Alright, so we don't have red this time. Seems legit. I would love to have Jwari, but let me be honest. Man, if we keep drawing lands, Jwari can be huge. We have Negate. It means that we can start with this land and be greedy. So what I'm doing is extremely greedy play that I might regret pretty soon. Oh, that's actually fine. Sorry for that one. So that's pretty fine overall. Okay, and we are a lucky gamer. They might have Jwari, right? But I think we don't want to give them anything to play during our turn. So let's wait. What's up? Huh. It seems that we might be playing Mirror. So I think this will be Windfall. Windfall means that... Okay, that's so good. That's so freaking good. I will tell you why in a second. Because if it was Windfall, moment we do it, enemy casts Windfall and he has a lot of stuff. You know what? I actually enjoy those cards. Let's see what's going on on the other side. We have Field of Ruin on the board, so we don't need another one. So I think we go like this. What do we want to destroy? Like probably this one. Because he can get double mana from this. So he might cast something good, but we have Jwari to bait. And we have... Okay, we need red. You need to actually, when we play this deck, be careful. So let's go into the next step. It clears the mana, and Windfall should be here. Oh, he didn't cast Windfall, okay. And you know what? Given he has basics, I will pass the turn because we have Negate and Jwari. Next turn we play Field of Ruin and do it again, probably. Fable. To be honest, that's extremely annoying card. Oh man, I wonder how many basics he has. It's 2-color deck, right? But he really is heavy on the stuff. So I think what we do is this, and we can still counter. Enemy will get another boost in his mana, but we get to draw a card, and hopefully at some point he will start lacking those, but to be honest, probably we won't get into land destruction mode. Yeah. So, let's wait. Next turn we can cast like Arcane Bombardment. We have 2 of them, but it's not great play, like mana-wise. Huh. Let's go. So basically when you destroy lands, you want to destroy untapped ones. So at least he cannot, you know, get mana through phases. If we exchange this to untapped, he just takes it. And he always has mana available. Okay, that's something. So he probably has some cool creature. I really think we should counter this one. Counter target spell. Because this seems to be a card that the enemy is building deck around. And the fact that he's completely tapped out on our bombardment bay seems pretty cool overall. And Jwari just became much better card. Like, we have stuff. Cleansing Wildfire is fine, because it draws cards. And you know, like if we keep casting it every turn, at some point he will lack the basics. Oh, if that's the best play he has, we are in a really good spot. Still, respect to my bro for using Mindlink mech at top 240 Mythic. That's the spirit. Okay, he has another one, but it doesn't have haste, right? Okay, that's a bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man, you know what's coming. You know we have to do it. Like, even for the video, we just need to. So, we want more red. Then we cast this. Bombardment Day. And we might do it as well at the enemy turn, right? As a response, because we have double counter spell, so there's high chance that we get something that counters whatever he plays. We can always also kill one small creature, hopefully. Like, this is good thing about Spikefield Hazard. Normally late game it's useless. Okay, deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target. Oh, I see. But it's just... Is it double strike as well? You mother... Okay, so we definitely want to counter it. We don't have removal, so it means we do it now. Smirk. And let's pray that one of them hits you find the villain's lair. I mean, sure. At least that's a card draw, right? Please. Please. We are freaking dead if this hits. I like the idea. Like, it's a whimsy combo, but if enemy cannot like disarm it, it's pretty like crazy good. Okay, what is the other bombardment card? Oh man, like we had fair shot at hitting the counter spell, but we are in for the pain right now. So Magma Opus, right? That hurts. Man, that turn was intense. So basic... Okay, oh, just a moment. Play with fire. Do we have other damage in here? Not really, but we have Cathartic Pyre. So let's do it like this. It should be good enough. We don't have open mana, so... Yeah. Man, I'm a bit scared. not gonna lie. So it's what? 8 damage on face. And also casting something for 8 mana? Oh, or it works twice. No. Okay, it's fine. That's really scary. He also got a lot of stuff here. Alright, it doesn't have any condition on mana cost. I'm a dummy. Oh man, what the freak are we supposed to do? Oh man, so... Like, we can kill stuff, but it's not great, right? And we will hit counter spell right now. And he will attack first. So what we have to do is get Sweeper. And we can get there. We also get stuff from the graveyard. So at least we draw a lot of cards, right? Oh, now you want this. You know what? Actually, let's get it. Because we can cycle. And also, at the same time, like at some point we can kill basics to get rid of basics. We make their draw better though. So basically, if we get rid of, you find a villain's lair, not only you can cycle this turn, but on their turn you can cast spell and be sure that you hit what you want. This is way too slow and this doesn't really work. Man, like, we have such good power on the board, but it's just not enough. Like, we are casting this here, so let's do it like this. So we save 1 removal. Like, maybe we can do it somehow? Maybe? Oh man, if we had this, that would be better. Okay, Cleansing Point for Wildfire, a bit bad. And maybe Spikefield. Or you know what? Yeah, Spikefield Hazard. Let's do it like this to not make it too long. Okay, and now we go what? Actually, we could just like get rid of this. Like, he wants to crew it, right? So we play Prismari, and then we have 2 mana. We can use Fading Hope on one of them. And not sure what about the other one. Let's play the land. That's untapped. But maybe we can actually do it. So Demon Bolt, then Prismari, and then Fading Hope with the treasure. That's pretty good. And we even have good mana for this. Like, if enemy has any counterplay, we are just screwed. So let's just hope he doesn't. Wildfire, counterspell. Oh man, this deck is so insanely hard to play. Like, your decisions really matter. Every card you discard can be cast for free. Every turn you just randomly have 6 spells, depending on your previous turns. Like, man, you have stuff to do. So I just basically hope he doesn't have a counter spell, which seems to be very brave assumption. But if he plays something, then we can use Prismari, and then we can counter spell for free. Spikefield Hazard, not great. Like, not great at this point. Man, if we then hit this, that would be so much better. Oh, nice. So he wants to get rid of the counter spell. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so that's different. We cannot kill the crew right now, because then he doesn't crew. So we are forced to accept this. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Because if we kill the Mindlink mech, he just attacks and we die. If we Fading Hope this, sure we live with 2 HP, but like enemy casts whatever he wants and that sucks for us. This is actually quite powerful card. This is not the worst. I actually don't mind this one. So if the enemy wants to bait us, it did not work. Oh man. Oh man, that's not great. That's smart. So, damage doesn't really do anything. We destroy artifact and create treasure token. We have to kill Mindlink mech or we die. And we Fading Hope the token and we have to do it. Oh man. Nope, nothing to counter. So let's cast this and let's cast this. 1 damage. You know what? Let's pretend we attack this. We decline the negate because there's nothing to counter. Maybe he gets scared and 1 damage won't make a difference. Oh man, like Strangle is a thing. That was the card. That was the card that we wanted. Okay. Enjoy your crew. Like, at least we can survive. He doesn't have direct damage, so I think we can survive 1 turn. Which is pretty huge. But we are definitely not out of the woods. Oh man, that card is so good. But we have the other one, and we have so much card though that I think we need to play without it. I'm scared. Oh, right. It's a Prismari to damage. Okay, that was a good game then. Nicely played. The fact that he crewed with the Goblin Shaman was really good play. Okay, so finally we have a good hand with everything without Field of Ruins ruining our mana base. So I'm really happy about this. And Jwari will be huge this game. It doesn't go great with iteration, but we will manage. We will manage. And with iteration we are more prone to like having counter spells. Oh, that's not a basic land. Let's go like this and see what's up. Not sure what the enemy is doing yet. Live gain. Live gain is interesting. And I don't think we have much to cycle, so we'll just keep it. And no, we are not doing iteration, because I want to counter something with Jwari, and I will counter something with Jwari at some point of the game. If he activates Field of Ruin, that's great, because that's our strategy. Okay. So basically we are playing the same deck, which is funny. Oh man, oh, it's tapped. I thought that we get mana acceleration. So, let's go like this, sure. We definitely take action. And I guess we go for red. We want more red overall. Enemy has something. Like, honestly, I think we can cycle into something better. One, and the second one, I think it's a land, because then we Expressive Iteration, and we should draw 1. Yep. And with such hand, I actually will go for the big score. So what the enemy can do for 4 mana? Nothing special, right? So I think we can safely do it now. I might cast Jwari even. Oh, play Jwari, but it would probably play the land, right? Right. So that's fine, that's fine. There was probably slight mistake. I should probably not discard this, but Jwari. So I get untapped land in case I draw a 1 mana instant, because we have a lot of those. I really like that the enemy is doing the strategy that we want to do, and it won't work because we have exactly the same deck. Like, it will work at some point, but it's probably too late by then. Especially that the enemy really needs to tap out. Bombardment day. Alright, so yeah, Windfall. Windfall, good card. Okay, so we are going first. And with the new version of the deck, so let's see how it performs. I'm hopeful. Like, the hand is actually quite reasonable. We don't have very early plays, unfortunately, but we will get there. We will definitely get there at some point. Especially that we can foretell. Like, foretelling Doombolt is very good 2 mana play. Like, having such a good removal at 1 mana is really, really good at some point. Especially it's an instant, so we can even go for Seize the Spoils. I think we should draw land, so we will get a bit risky. You gotta stay frisky. And Expressive Iteration is next turn play. If we hit a land, we can counter steal. Enemy sees the removal. There was no stack before. And actually, let's start with Iteration. How much is it? Okay, so like hand, library, and the other hand. Okay, we could kill with the magic missile, but it's not worth it, and we can counter whatever he plays. Well, like, this feels a bit better. We finally have some control over the game. And with Burn Down the House, we should be okay. Enemy plays those weird creatures, so they can, you know, circumvent our big plays. But that's not the case, and when we counter stuff, it doesn't give Valkyries that counter. So really not great for the enemy. Let's go for Jwari. Show the dominance that we have over this game. We don't even care about countering your spells because they are weak. So basically, enemy is not incentivized to play one big creature. Okay, maybe we just let it through. Like, we are sweeping the board. So this will be 5, right? Sure. If we counter something, it will be the next angel that he has. This doesn't really do anything. It might be Vanishing Verse, like, it really looks like Vanishing Verse, but he cannot exile the treasure. So I think we are in for winning this game, like, really quickly. This sucks. This actually sucks. Because it's great target for, like, mono white or stuff, but definitely not the one big toughness creature. Man, like, this feels so great. Bye! Enjoy your Vanishing Verse. Okay, and let's start over, shall we? So next turn we can even Magma Opus, which is insane. Man, I'm excited. This deck feels like power. So, whatever he plays, we are really fine with this. We can kill it. Killing doesn't matter. Double strike, we probably don't care as much. Sure, you got it. I think I will just invest, you know, my extremely efficient 1 mana to counter your 4 mana play. Seems good. Told you. Such a great play. It means that we can Magma Opus on their turn and get some insane value. And the fact that we have double counter spells, it's an early good game already. Like, we are locking enemy out of the game so freaking hard, even without the Bombardment Day. the Bombardment Day card. So it pretty much creates a creature, right? We don't care about the sacrifice part, so it's not really great. Like, we just kill a Valkyrie and that's it. So, sure, I will happily draw my cards. So, 4 damage here. We can tap your Vanishing Verse. And we sacrifice, I believe, 1 treasure, right? Yeah, 1 treasure. And we get a creature, we draw cards. We might even cycle them. Oh, I'm a bit stupid, but don't worry. Like, I exactly knew what will happen, so that's why I didn't care. So I think we play like this. This is hand, this is library, and we can get another iteration and more cards in the hand. So, hand. It will be in the library, but I will tell you, that's not as great as I would want it to be. We could Prismari, so then what? We draw 2 cards and create treasure. I think we can counter whatever enemy is doing, so we can do it like this. Reason is, Jwari is not important and basic land is not important, because then we don't have to discard. And we still have counter spell, like, if we really have to do it. So basically I did it main phase, so we don't discard 1 card. Sure. What is the other one? Like, if that's everything, that's not bad for us. And we are having all the value in the world. Demon board. Bye. And we will sacrifice nothing. We don't really care because we kill enemy with bombardment, and at some point we will just get rid of them really easily. We have also the hole, right? So let's start drawing our cards. Strangle is actually not great for this kind of matchup, and I will sacrifice 2 treasures because we need the bombardment. Let's get rid of the land. Like, at least we got the hole, so I guess we cannot draw for our win condition at all, but we can foretell stuff. It's also a good way to not overdraw. And we have double counter spell and really good removal on the board. So yeah, it's fine. We just kill the token as usually. Like, to be honest, it might be worth to cycle 1 of the counter spells because it's pretty much draw 2 with so many lands. But maybe we just go for the hole. Like, to be honest, killing enemy with the hole just seems like a better idea overall. They cannot really do anything against it. So, enemy has 3 turns to live. We need to be careful about the Vanishing Verse, because I think they had it at the start, and we have not a single 1 colored permanent that's 1 color or more, so it means that they couldn't use it so far for anything. This is something we need to be careful of, but we will be smart about it. You will see. Do you care for killing your angel? Because I don't have creatures on the board. Not sure if you realized. Nice. And now, I don't know, I feel like attacking. If you are fine with this. Hall of the Storm Giants. Saving our ass since forever. Oh, it would be such a shame if someone replayed the land. Negate. Honestly, not great. We have enough counter spells, we need to get stuff. Okay, your go. See? I told you, they had it since like turn 2 of the game. Rampage. Okay, this one we actually counter. because we don't have removal, and we definitely don't want it blocking because we kill the angel, but then we attack with the hull and angel dies and we have a creature on the board for the turn. So yeah, I guess we won. Going first, we have Jwari, we have burned down the house. I'm super happy about everything that is happening right now. Do we keep Jwari? Like with double expressive iteration we could. It might bite us after turn 5. But let's see. Yeah, we keep Jwari, and let's see what will happen. Okay, not transformed, so we counter whatever happens. Or you know, I'm fine with this. That's really big setback. You know what? I'm fine with this. This is a good removal against their deck. It's a bit expensive. But what isn't expensive? We don't have good plays, so that will be the best situation we have. Hand? Library. Not great, we would prefer blue. But, you know, I won't complain. That's not who I am. I never complain, especially at the draws, and especially at my opponent's deck and other stuff. Okay, 2 mana up. What do they have? I'm not sure about the 4-tour card. I don't think it should be so coming, right? It's too expensive for this kind of deck. Man, I really should know, but I don't. Like, double spell doesn't make much sense. This is sorcery, unfortunately. So that's what we are doing. We are going Fading Hope into Prismari Command. So that's why we don't cast it. Let's see what's up. Transform? Ha! You are a bad player. See? Bad deck building skills. That's all it is. Totally not some luck. You know what? Let's fight for this. And I think we want Treasure. Treasure is really good in this situation because you can pay extra mana, whatever enemy has. Like, I think they should have Jwari. If that will be so, like, maybe it's some kind of new deck, but it doesn't feel right. So we are paying effectively 4 mana for counterspell in a tempo deck. Like, Negate does everything better, I would say, or even Spell Pierce. But that's just me. This might be Spell Pierce. It might. Who knows? So I think we go for Jwari. What they can have, like Drake. I don't really want to waste so many cards. Like, we are even with the enemy. Oh, those cards are worse. Good to know. So the idea is that we Fading Hope, and if he's not a great player, he will just, you know, bounce stuff. But it will be still hard. Like, I don't know what they have in the hand. They seem to have counter spells. Oh, that explains a lot. 2 damage, sure. Like, we have time. If enemy plays like this, we can just wait. We've burned down the house until we can pay a lot. Okay, so this is So It coming, right? That's really good to know. Do you want to counter this? Seems like a good card. Maybe you counter it. Okay, definitely hand. Library. And exile, I guess. He could have Spell Pierce, but that's fine. Let's get rid of one of them and see what's up. We still have Fading Hope. Nice. Baited. Baited. I think I want to play it like this. And the question why? Because we can Fading Hope, and if enemy transforms, it's very possible that he will want to save the creatures instead of saving his full board. Sure, another 2 damage. Like, I don't think that's how the enemy imagined this matchup. Not exactly what he hoped for. So I think we'll hollow the Storm Giants. He had 2 counter spells. I think we play like this. If we sweep, that's good. If he counters, that's good for the bombardment next turn. Okay, 2 for 1, I guess. And we try to save some instants, right? And Fading Hope can be extremely good. We have quite a lot of good cards in the graveyard. Let's go for it. And let's see. Do you has it? Do you has another? Oh, my friend. You are in for some surprise. But I want to cast Fading Hope, most likely, and I like my treasures. Worst case, we can just cast it. You are such a bad person. We cannot even cast it, right? We can only foretell it. You are such a freaking bad person. We will foretell. It will help next turn. A bit unfortunate, but that's fine. But also definitely one of the problems with this card. Like, if enemy has the spell, you are super behind, you just got 1 spell. If enemy plays bounce, like, you are quite behind on tempo. But at the same time, if enemy doesn't have response, like, it can spiral out of control really quickly. So enemy stepped out, that's really good. And I honestly think we go like this. That's enough. We can do it like this. And to be honest, I will go for big score. We for sure will hit something, right? Right? And let's go this hand. Okay, I think we are in a really good place right now with this game. And we still can counter and play something, so that's really good. I don't mind him drawing into counterspell, especially that we can keep drawing cards and keep making treasures every turn, so that's even better. And it's still like 3 damage only. Not sure what the idea is. So basically what the enemy is doing wrong. This should be Negate or Spell Pierce. I would personally go for Spell Pierce probably in this kind of deck. This probably should be March. And this, I don't know. Maybe this one is correct, not sure about this one. So, not sure what the enemy is doing. He seems to be roping right now, so like the full picture is here, I believe. So let's... Oh, he's here? Okay. Okay. So he wants to attack. I expect some resistance, so let's start with a Fading Hope and see what we hit. This is where the fun begins. We will play both. We will definitely play both. And we keep up the counter spell. So, can I draw 4 cards and get 4 treasures? Wow. That really changed the situation. Yeah, we have more at the top, so don't worry. At least we can flood the enemy. So that's why you want double Hall of the Storm Giants, you know? This way you can be sure that you will double crew them every turn. It changes the clock from 3 turns to 2 turns. Okay, that's horrible commentary, but enemy is just so slow freaking rolling this stuff. We don't kill it at response, because we want to use every trigger for, you know, activating the bombardment. And the good part about our draw is the fact that we have a lot of cards to discard, and we can discard here, we can discard here, and we can discard this. And enemy is like tormenting us throughout the game. So I will actually cut the video. Okay, believe or not, after half a second of cutting the video, guy came back and went out. That was a weird game. But definitely you can see the power. Like when you start chaining those, you just don't like cards and answers.